What's happening, fandoms? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we react to music videos and shows. Today we're back to Loki. We're in season 2. This is the first Marvel Disney show to actually get a season 2, which is pretty amazing. I liked season 1 a whole lot, and that opening episode of season 2 was killer. We had sort of a time travel conundrum loop back in among itself, with Loki time slipping and trying to figure out how to stop time slipping, and ultimately solving that problem. Someone hit him with the time stick prune rod, whatever you call those things, and wrapped the whole thing up. I noticed a weird detail that I haven't seen anybody else looking at, and I'm wondering if it's going to be a thing. When the mail truck smashed into the king statue, it crumbled and cracked in a very odd way, like a facade was coming away from something underneath it, very similarly to the way that the wall in the judgment room or the war room was a mural of the timekeepers, but when Loki pruned it, behind it was relief figures of Kang. And I'm wondering if there's multiple layers and the Kang statues are covering something else, and I don't know who that would be. Maybe Loki or OB or some other person that Kang seized control of the TVA from. This is my theory, is that there's something even older and deeper and underneath the Kang era of the TVA. We'll see if that plays out. This is episode 2. It's called Breaking Brad. Obviously a reference to the hit AMC show Breaking Bad, but I don't know who Brad is, so let's find out. If you'd like to see full-length versions of this episode and all of our other shows, they're available on our Patreon. The link is below.
The first episode of every season is available for free to watch on our Patreon.
Thank you.
I want to try everything.
I want to try everything. Amazing.
Well, if the temp had went darkness, she found him first.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But you said you wanted to find Sylvie, right? With Docs and X5 not responding, was our only lead.
Brad Wolf. Maybe that's the Brad we're talking about.
Yes! Mobius! Whoa!
See, you haven't forgotten about the little people.
No, I used to work with this guy.
You look great.
Oh, thank you very much. You look pretty
Okay.
good yourself. And we're gonna need to catch up afterwards,
He
all right?
knows
catch up now.
him.
What are you doing down here?
I think first we could all use a drink, right? What are you drinking?
Surprise me.
Okay. How about you?
He knows
Oh,
them.
I'm fine.
All right. We'll do whiskeys.
It's okay to have a drink while we're down here, because we're still working.
Is he running now?
He is running.
Oh my God, it's Brad Wolf. Can I get your autograph?
Anything for? Hey! Oh!
Nice. She's taking his temp pad away. Oh. She took it. She got his temp pad. I don't understand what just happened. He shoots some magic at him or something? Classic. You're gonna run through a pane of glass next?
Did you really think you could outrun me?
X5.
Yeah.
Ooh. What was that he did? Was that time slipping?
Back up! Hey, back up! Oh, you're the tough guy, huh?
So unsophisticated, X5.
Oh, of course.
Doing your own stunts now?
real cute.
It's just an illusion? Oh, I like it. Huh. Is this a different Loki? I think this is a different Loki.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Quietly is not his strong suit, but he will talk once he's had time to marinate.
What about this?
Have OB check it out.
So he modified a temp pad. Oh, we get to go back to OB. All right.
Hello? Boris?
Yeah, I can definitely get into it. Do you think this is a higher priority than preventing a temporal meltdown?
Oh, no. I still focused on the temporal. I agree.
Seems prudent. Okay, everything you need to know about this, I wrote about it in here.
Several clues now
And
that
he
they
had
need to
some
read
Red Slayer's
that
temp
damn
pad?
book.
The Renslayer trace?
Because I don't think you had that pressed back, did you?
It's too complicated.
Wait, am I on the wrong page or where's this thing upside down? I can't focus. It's like gibberish.
Here's what'll help you focus. If we don't work this out, this entire place is going to be destroyed. Temporal meltdown or not.
Okay, I'll tell them.
Casey, tell them what you just told me.
Miss Minutes is helping Renslayer.
What?
That explains a radio silence. It's just a rigged
Oh.
temp pad.
What does it do?
Well, that's what we're trying to work out. X5 says it somehow blocks TVA tracking.
That's not what it does.
Oh, he knows.
Sure.
Because he's read the book.
Yeah. Haven't you read the TVA guidebook?
I mean, I've memorized it.
Casey.
I mean, it'll take me a while to analyze the modifications, but
Why didn't they let him look at it? He knows what he's doing.
Keep it simple. Where's Docs? Where's Sylvie? And what did he do to that temp pad? Okay, most of all, Brad's an asshole. So don't let him get under your skin. All right? Okay, Loki?
This is gonna go south instantly.
And under whose authority are you even holding me here? Because looking around this room, I do not see anyone ranking high enough to make that call.
I don't need approval to detain a hunter that abandoned his post.
That's good. That's good. But weren't you the one blabbering on and on about how we all had lives on the timeline? Well, I went down and got my life. What exactly are you mad at me about?
There are lives at stake.
There
Wonder-
are lives at stake.
Wonder how much time has passed here.
You lose. You're a loser.
Loki?
Stop trying to be a hero, man.
Oof.
You're a villain. You're good at it. Do that.
You know, you're right. I have done some terrible, awful things.
Where are we going with this?
Who I am. Yeah, he knows. It's the real me. A loser. Perhaps I've just been biding my time.
Is he
Perhaps I've just been waiting
our Loki?
for a moment like
I
this.
don't know.
So I can do terrible
Love the
awful
perspective.
things to you.
None of this is real. I mean, who even are you on the timeline? Do you know?
Oh, interesting.
Doesn't matter.
Brad
I think it does
found
matter
himself.
because none of this is real.
Well, okay.
The TVA is not your real home. Mobius isn't even your real name.
That's what I answered to.
She's nothing. I don't even know where to start with that, but you're nothing here. And until you wake up, you're just a nowhere man. You're a nowhere man.
Silly little man! Silly little...
Whoa! Mobius. Yes.
Interesting. Brad gave them nothing.
Nothing. You okay? I'm fine. What happened back there?
Mobius, you were clearly ahead of me.
Where are they? Automat.
Key lime.
Okay, great.
They're in the. Ugh. That weird ass pie. What does this pie do or mean? It's green like Loki's powers. Does that mean something?
That wasn't tactical. I lost it.
It's okay. Look, it happens. And don't you want to see the life you're supposed to live before they kidnapped you and brought you into the TVA?
Not really.
Jet skis and all.
Because it's not my life.
But it could have been.
It isn't. This is. I'd like to thank the guy who kidnapped me and brought me here. Got me this pie.
If you never look, you'll never know.
The TVA is the only life I've ever known. Do you think I want to have that rattling around in here? Of course not.
Sure.
He's afraid to learn what he might be missing. Very interesting.
He found her, but maybe didn't turn her in because he wants to continue to live his best life on the timeline.
He wants more time to be Brad Wolf.
Who wouldn't?
Right.
Now we just have
Brad
to find
Wolf.
a way to get him to admit it.
Interesting.
Anyone who knows where Sylvie is.
Why would he find Sylvie and then walk away?
Come on, you're the god of mischief, right?
What are you doing, OB? Invalid temporal aura. Oh, what is this device they're wheeling in?
Where's B-15?
And your last chance.
This is cute. Which one of you came up with this little script?
Because you're a tough nut to crack.
They left the door open.
Kind of ramp.
Mobius. Controller.
Right. Okay, we can't start the festivities without that little baby. Stand by.
Okay. This is the plot.
There is actually one other option.
No! No! Hey!
You sniffed us out, Brad.
You have no idea how to work that thing, though.
I'm not trying to be a hero, Brad.
Okay.
I'm a villain.
Is he really gonna
Remember?
do whatever this thing does?
Hey! Loki, you're not a villain! You're not...
Look at that! What does this one do? Sorry. Could hurt yourself there.
Hey, don't just touch random buttons on that, okay? Mobius, get in here.
I guess there's a learning curve with this thing, right?
Yeah, there is a learning curve. You know, you could kill me with that.
I've done some terrible, awful things.
Yeah, you have. You're doing one right now. Have some perspective on yourself. Okay. Okay.
Well and error.
I swear, I don't know where they are.
Brad! And you failed.
Yeah.
What's the penalty for a highly decorated field officer abandoning his mission? You and Docs, I don't buy it.
Okay. Look, I swear, okay? I went down there and I went to get my life, okay? Because none of this is real.
Well, if none of this is real, I guess you aren't either.
Okay.
Just tell me where Sylvie is, Brad.
He knows where Sylvie is.
See? A little bit of mischief.
Only as good as your plan.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. This was the whole
Telling me
plan.
that was a hell of a performance.
All right, if I tell you where she is, are you gonna let me go?
You're gonna show us.
Interesting. Yep, I figured that was all part of their performance.
Hey, OB, this is Casey. I thought I could help.
Nice to meet you. We're all gonna die.
What do you mean?
We're all gonna die.
The blast doors won't open.
Did you try the C12 bypass pathway?
That won't work.
Are you sure?
Of course. I wrote it.
You wrote the TVA guidebook.
Yeah.
Read it?
Read it. I practically memorized it. Will you sign mine for me?
Sign mine.
Do it.
Yeah, just next to your picture, then
Hold on.
I'll draw mine.
You just said we were all gonna die.
Oh, right. The containment doors are locked. I'll build the device, but you need to find a way in or it won't matter.
Interesting. Oh, here we are, Oklahoma.
Brad, I'm telling you right now, if you're wasting our time, you're going right back in the gizmo.
I just don't want to be around a variant who killed 400 of our co-workers. So I'm just gonna, if you could just open a door.
It's more than Sylvie in there, I'm betting.
What do you think?
There's more.
If she's here, I have to find out what she knows.
Bill, orders up.
She's just living her best life here at the McDonald's, huh? Is she gonna run?
This feels tense.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Listen, I haven't got all day. Are you gonna order something? Or what?
Can we talk?
My break's in 5 minutes.
Her break. Yeah, she has a job. A real, actual job. She has a life.
So talk fast.
I know I'm the last person you want to see.
Correct.
1982.
I haven't come here to make trouble.
Then why are you here?
This is gonna sound strange. But there's been a problem.
I don't care.
It's the future. It's going to happen.
Is it? Really? Because that sounds a lot like the future's already been written. And we both know that it hasn't, not anymore.
Determinism versus free will.
Enchant me. You can see what I saw.
I don't want to see it. I want nothing to do with this. I have no answers for you.
Without the TVA, all of this, everything, is gone.
I thought you were setting us up for an ambush. Hell, you were just setting us up for a great meal. Thank you.
What is happening right now? It's like they're going over every detail of their relationship that has ever happened. Why is...
complicated relationship, okay? Enjoying a meal like gentlemen.
You slap me in the face. I'm not gonna forget
You a
that you
shake, okay?
Got you a
Tell me
shake.
about Zaniac.
What about it?
I want to know about it.
Oh, come on.
Come, please.
You don't care about my movie.
Brad, I saw the poster. Is this a setup?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing.
It's a setup.
Gotta get back to work.
Something's about to happen.
Walk away.
That's the way it works. You're welcome.
He shows up again. His variants. What are you gonna do?
If we stay here, we're all gonna die. They're gonna die. Orange shirt, she's gonna die. Most importantly, we are all gonna die. This is gone unless we...
Oh, shit.
I don't buy it.
They're gonna bomb every branch.
Yeah, including this one.
Where do we go?
I'll show you. Looks like they're connected to the TemPads.
Maybe that's why Brad's was modified.
Whoa.
30% of the branches. Is
Wow.
Mobius on the ground yet?
Mobius, they're killing billions. Take dots down now.
Dang.
Reset charges.
It's possible if you can track them, but there's too many. I'm gonna call OB.
Ooh.
They're too late! Finish it!
Why didn't they go after Docs?
Don't overthink it.
Boom. But a lot of branches already got pruned. I bet her timeline is gone too. Oh, that was a cool shot. I liked that. She followed. Yeah.
Lives.
Guys, I got a hit on Renslayer's temp pad.
Oh. Yeah, there's very few timelines left, so they should be able to find her pretty easily.
If it's still there.
Please don't. It's harder.
She just disappeared. It's harder to stay. Interesting. Who was that guy sitting in the background? That was Kang. Was that Kang with the white hat? No one else in the TVA wears all white and a white hat. Her timeline survived?
Hey, Sylvie. You okay?
Is your mum on her way to pick you up?
Yeah. She'll be here. I'm good.
She likes these people.
Bye-bye.
She built her own little life here. What was that she was doing? I don't think we get a post-credit scene this time. Very interesting. I don't think we get a post-credit scene. I'll check after just to make sure. But this episode definitely had a very different feel to it. As we started out, I was starting to question whether we were following the same exact versions of Loki and Mobius that we had been previously. I had never seen... Well, I guess that's not true. We didn't see Loki use his magic abilities at all in the first episode. And I'm wondering if that was because they were in the TVA or because he just wasn't choosing to use them. But because those were showing up and he was acting in sort of a more villainous way, I was thinking that we might have been following a different set of them. But it does seem like now, having watched the whole episode, it does seem like we were following the correct, I don't know, the same versions of Loki and Mobius as we were in episode 1. I feel like some amount of time in the TVA has passed because, one, they had time to set up all of these things. The bad guys had time to set up this whole assault on all those timelines, and also we had a few things that seemed like they had been progressing for a while. The attempt to trace down Sylvie, the attempt to trace down Renslayer, all of those things seemed like there was some amount of time that had passed. And then we had X5 Brad, who was just trying to live his best timeline life as a famous actor, starring in movies and living his life. And I don't know if that means that X5 went down to this timeline and pruned out the variant of himself that was there and assumed his lifestyle. Kind of leaning towards that's what needed to happen for that to be a reality, because he indeed did seem to retain his memories, of course, of his life as a hunter, of Mobius, of Loki. He knew who they were, and he knew about procedures, and he knew how the stuff in TVA operated. So that was clearly the TVA variant of X5. but he was living Brad Wolf's life. So it's a little odd. I'm not sure exactly what the mechanism for that would have been. And then, of course, we have Sylvie, who she has assumed basically made a new identity for herself. She's Sylvie in this branch timeline, but she just became a person and started working at this McDonald's and just knows the people around her. She's got a truck and presumably a life and a place to live and all of these things, and just started being Sylvie in Oklahoma in 1982 and didn't want to move away from that. And somehow, although it seemed like almost every single branch reality was destroyed, like in that display there were hundreds perhaps, and when we were done there were only 3 or 4 left. Somehow it seems like Sylvie's branch survived that mass pruning because she went back there. I don't think there's a way for her to go to a pruned branch. We haven't seen any evidence that pruned branches can be accessed in any way. So presumably her branch survived that pruning, and that's where she was. Because it definitely felt like she was hanging out there ruminating, thinking about what had occurred, and she was, using her device, and those don't feel like things that she would do if she was just living her life as a McDonald's employee there, right? Very different pacing and a different feel for this episode than the first episode. Episode 1 was stunning and amazing. This one was a little bit more muted, a little more slow paced, but I do still enjoy the way we've progressed things. And it is definitely interesting that OB does not seem to have enough access to be able to do the things he wanted to do. So while he is a minor celebrity, apparently, in the TVA, the author of the TVA handbook, Casey wanted his autograph. While he does know everything, supposedly, he doesn't have access to everything, and there are some things that he can't do. So clearly he is limited. He does seem to be very, very powerful, though. He doesn't seem to have been subject to the memory wipes that the other TVA employees were subject to, like we saw in episode 1, that Mobius had no recollection of OB or his, little repairs and upgrades section, repairs and advancements, RNA. He didn't remember ever being there. He didn't know who OB was. And it seems like most members of the TVA, just like most employees of any company, have not read the company handbook. And it's interesting that Casey has, and has practically memorized it. It seems like Casey is turning in perhaps to a little bit more important of a character than we suspected, just sheerly through his devotion to his job. He seemed like a very low-level employee, like janitor level, but he seems to be, now he's doing, like, he's running traces, and he's, reporting to Mobius how things are going. They are delegating important things to him. Seems like he's got a little bit of an upgrade in his importance, and perhaps he will ultimately be the key to some information or being able to do certain things that we wouldn't necessarily be able to do unless we had him. It was interesting that we had modified TemPads and that there are various ways to modify them, and that information is in the handbook somehow. So these things are they're not unusual. They're standard enough that OB wrote about them. And the knowledge of modifying TemPads is company standard policy stuff. So that's weird that modding these things is common enough that it's written into the handbook, or information about how this stuff operates is in the handbook. You wouldn't think that making modifications to your TemPad would be something that they would encourage or allow, especially since it seems to make it more difficult for them to be tracked or found, or allows them to do things that EVA agents shouldn't do, perhaps. So it's kind of odd that that stuff's in the handbook at all. I wouldn't think you would want that information out there. Or if they knew that it was possible, that they would have done something to the TemPads to harden them, to secure them, to make them less susceptible to these, hacking, essentially. Seems a little weird. So, all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and scan the rest of the credits to make sure we didn't get a post-credit scene. But if I don't find anything, I'm going to leave it right here. Thank you guys so much for all of the subscriptions and likes and all of that stuff. It really helps out with the channel. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.